everybody, and welcome to the 81st episode of the Game Pack Podcast. My name is Phil, and co-hosting with me, as always, are Camilo.
Hello.
And John.
Hello.
Also known as Cooltrainer Camilo and the Johniibo. They're all over the internet. You should check them out. This week, we're going to be discussing our favorite announcements from E3 2021. So you might not hear your thing get mentioned. So feel free to shout out in the chat if we're skipping your stuff that you really liked and you got excited for. But there's a high probability we're going to talk about it because we're only talking about the good stuff. And if you have a thing
there was a lot of not good stuff.
Yeah. So, I mean, that's okay. It's okay if you like not good stuff. We'll talk about it. I guess we'll start off. We'll go sort of chronologically. I actually don't think this is in chronological order, but it's like kind of in chronological order. We'll start with Summer Games Fest, the thing that Jeff Keighley does. Jeff Goldblum was there and talked about Jurassic Park. That was super weird, but that's not what I want to talk about. I want to talk about the gameplay reveal for Elden Ring, and I'm going to throw it over to John because I want to hear his thoughts first.
So when I watched the trailer, I'm like, oh man, they are just like merging Dark Souls and Bloodborne together.
Mm-hmm.
It looks awesome. Like the enemies, it looks like a From Software game. It looks like, the next iteration of Dark Souls.
Mm-hmm.
They released Sekiro a couple years ago, and that was a little bit different. That was Samurai. They're going back to the fantasy, and I was super pumped when I saw it. I did not expect them to show it, let alone give us a release date. It's coming out early next year, I think in January.
Yeah, that's hype.
So I'm pumped.
Yeah, Dark Souls is done, right? Didn't they say it was over?
Yeah, they said Dark Souls is done.
Mm-hmm. So this is like the new thing to get excited about. I was a little concerned that George R.R. Martin was like attached to it because he's like known for not finishing his projects. But I
still didn't release the last book in Game of Thrones.
But I guess when you have like a game studio working on a project like this, they're like, okay, cool, like give us your weird fantasy ideas, old man, and we're gonna make the video game. It's not like he was making the video game.
No.
So he was just there to. I mean, I think he's there almost as like a promotional thing to be like, oh, it's a Game of Thrones guy making a Dark Souls game. But I mean, I thought. Go ahead.
I wonder if they brought him in because Dark Souls and the FromSoft games are notorious for not really having like an upfront story.
Yeah,
like you have to dig for those stories. You have to read the lore. You have to read the items. Like, I wonder if they're gonna be more story focused in this game because they brought in George Martin.
I mean, probably. Unless they just had him in a room typing item descriptions. I really don't think that's the case. But I thought it looked fire. Like the bad guys were crazy. That weird thing, like the big bad at the end was weird when he took his cloak off. That was like really spoopy. There was like a pot. Wasn't there like a pot creature man with hands, arms, and legs?
Sounds from, yeah. There was one that had like
a jar, not like gacha.
Yeah. It reminded me of like the Dark Souls bosses. Like there was there was a Dark Souls 3 boss that had a giant cauldron that they're probably playing off of.
I remember that. Good times. Yeah, we don't want to talk about it too much other than we're just excited about it and we'll be able to play more, and I'm excited to see what the story's like. And it seemed very, I mean, those games are all interconnected like Metroidvania style, but this one seemed like a little bit more open.
Yeah, and it looks like you get a mount this time. You get the stag. Yeah. So I guess it's gonna. They said it's their biggest game yet. So
that's great.
And their games are fairly large. Like I think they're pretty large games.
I mean, it's also
the worlds
are large, but it's also very dependent on your ability level, like how long those games are. Like they could take you like 100 hours, or you can beat them in like 8. Like it just kind of depends on like how good you are, or like how min-maxed your character is. But yeah, I'm super excited. I mean, we're just gonna continue to follow it and continue to report on it as we hear more about it. I want it. I really want it. I've always wanted it. This cemented it for sure.
one of the vaporware games that everybody like forgot about.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, when was it announced?
I think 2 years ago. I think it's been 2 years.
Well, we got games that were announced 2 years ago, got updates at E3. We'll get to that in a minute.
It might have been longer than that. I don't know.
Seems like a long time. I feel like it was not during like the COVID era. I got announced before that.
Yeah, it could have been. It could have been 3 years. It could have been 3 years. I don't know. It has been a while.
And honestly, it doesn't feel like the last E3 before this one was 2 years ago.
What does it feel like?
Crazy. Like it was last year.
Feels like it just happened. Yep.
Yeah, it feels like last year. Feels like last year didn't happen.
That's because it didn't.
Like, I saw something and they were like, "I'm not adding this year to my age because I didn't do anything."
That sucks. Anything else for Summer Gamers Fest? There was that weird Death Stranding thing where that guy from Walking Dead jumped into a box.
Did they announced the PS5 patch, right? That's what that was.
Yeah, that's all that was. It was so long to say PS5 patch. Actually, it was director's cut. It wasn't just PS5 patch. It was director's cut.
Okay, yeah, because well, Jeff Keighley and Kojima are like best friends. So
Actually,
I think so.
that's weird. Hey, PokeFan, what's up? Welcome to the podcast. We're doing great. We just talked about Elden Ring and Summer Games Fest. Now we're going to move on and we're going to talk about Microsoft. So the one thing that I wanted to touch on right off the bat, because it was the biggest thing I think from there, other than certain game announcements, is that 27 of the 30 games that they announced, I think that's the number, are day one Game Pass. That's insanity.
I think the whole point of this Microsoft conference was an ad for Game Pass.
Kinda. I mean, it's really revolutionizing the industry to be like, listen, you don't need to buy a $70 game. You need how much does Game Pass cost?
15. No, it's $10 a month, I think.
How much
15 if you get the ultimate.
How much is like a year? Like, can you buy it in the year? Or not? Can you not do that anymore?
I'm not sure.
Like 120. That would be $120 a year.
Yeah, I just didn't know if they did like better pricing if you buy yearly. Yeah, so yeah, $120 ish a year. I mean, that's an insane deal. That's 2 games.
Especially when you compare it to Sony's $70 PlayStation 5 games. You know, that's a game and a half, or game and 2/3.
So if you think about it as a digital consumer, which one of the 3 of us is, as a digital consumer, Game Pass makes just the most sense because you do not have the ability, like once you buy a game, that game doesn't have any value anymore other than the value you get from playing it. But like if you were to buy games physically, like yeah, you could sell them, trade them, let friends borrow them, whatever. But if you're a digital consumer and you're already buying your games digitally, this just saves you hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of dollars, thousands of dollars if you're like us every year.
Yeah, and if you're not a collector, if you're somebody that just plays game, like just wants to play games,
yeah,
it's like it's a big perk to just pay $15. You have access to, I think it's over 100 games or something.
Dude, it's so many.
And
there's so much variety. They're good.
Now, like all of the, all the Microsoft games, all the Bethesda games are all day one coming to Game Pass, and they won't leave. There is the potential of a game leaving Game Pass, like
all games leave Game Pass eventually.
Some do, not all.
Not the Microsoft ones, and not the Microsoft owned ones. They stay.
But yeah, they're usually on there for a significant amount of time. So like, if you see a game on there that you like, play it. Because
I was watching, like, I think Kingdom Hearts went on there. It was on, and then it just got taken off. So it was on there for like a year.
I mean, I don't know. It's hard when you're like if you don't know ahead of time. Like it would be cool if they would say like, "Hey, Kingdom Hearts is going on Game Pass, but it's only going to be on here for a year, so like plan accordingly if you're going to play them all." Diego says, "I agree. The Game Pass is probably one of my favorite deals. I think it's the best deal in gaming. I don't think you can really beat it."
Yeah, I don't think there's really an argument there.
Yeah.
For people that, just want to play games. I understand like there's the argument of like you're renting them, you don't really own them.
The value in it, but like I'm not the type of person who plays like a bunch of different games. Like when I buy a game, like I know I want to keep the game and play it like years from now. So but the deal doesn't like make sense for me though.
You can still buy the games. It's not like it's only on Game Pass. Like you could still buy like say
but if I usually stick to the games that I like and I know that I want, that's another subscription for me that might not be worth it.
John, what's your tax advice for that?
My tax advice?
Write it off.
Right, that's true. If you're creating content with it, write it off.
Yeah. I mean, it's just so cool. I mean, the Series X was like, I've had it. Like, I forget what I got. It took me a couple months to finally get my hands on one. But, like, this E3 conference was like, hey, you got a Series X? Congratulations. Here is just a ton of fun. Everything. Yeah, so much fun stuff coming your way. First of all, I mean, we were delayed. It didn't come with my Xbox. Didn't come on day one. We got Halo Infinite with the big announcement of free multiplayer. John, what do you think about that?
Free. That's not. That's free, not
Game Pass free.
That's free.
Which is not a statement that people should say.
Is that like free? Like doesn't require Xbox Gold or something?
Yeah, I think so because they just made all their free to play.
Yeah, free to play games don't need it.
Eligible. Yeah, you don't need it. You don't need gold to use free to play. But yeah, so this is free to play, free. You don't need Game Pass. The campaign is going to be you have to pay for campaign. I don't think they said how much it is outside of Game Pass.
It's probably $70.
The potential for more people getting their hands on Halo, like I think this is really the only way that they'll be able to succeed in
cross-play with PC too.
Yeah.
Because even
cross-play, cross-progression, so...
Because you're scooping up the market of people who won't buy an Xbox, but they want to try out Halo, and they can try it out for free on their PC.
Yeah, and even, like, they're adding an Xbox app to TVs, to certain TVs, so you don't even need a PC or...
for, like, the cloud gaming stuff?
Yeah, for cloud gaming, like, the Halo Infinite multiplayer is going to be on cloud gaming, so...
Dang!
The potential for the amount of players, they're going to have the most player. I think I watched the extended multiplayer trailer, and they said they're going to have the most players that they've ever had access to ever in like Halo history. So
that's crazy.
There's a lot of potential there. I don't know. They didn't announce like a battle royale mode,
but there will be one.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know how they could survive, and
there has to be one. That's just what that's what multiplayer is now. They're still gonna have like Slayer and all of that other stuff from like previous Halo games, but they're gonna implement a new one. Like, dude, just imagine doing that on the Halo ring, like open world, kind of crazy. Like that would be sick, man.
I think
and it's a game that like I actually used to play and not suck at, so I'm excited. To play like a competitive battle royale where I'm like, yo, man, I've been playing this since original Xbox. Come at me, 10-year-olds.
I went back. I have been playing like Master Chief Collection, and those games, they do not like a post Call of Duty world. They do not hold up that well. Like they're a lot slower. It doesn't.
The originals, the originals 1 and 2, I think feel old. I feel like 3 holds up pretty good.
No, 3 still feels pretty bad.
You think so? Well,
yeah.
Agree to disagree. I mean, I don't play a lot of first-person shooter campaigns. I don't. They bore me.
Yeah, the campaigns aren't fun. It's multiplayer is definitely where it's at, and multiplayer is fun in Halo for sure. I'm excited to play multiplayer that isn't battle royale. I think I tweeted this.
Yeah,
like battle royale's been a thing for 3 years now, and it's just kind of, I don't know, it's wearing on me. I don't want to do it anymore.
I think there will be options, just like in Call of Duty. There's maps and stuff.
Yeah.
In Gears, there's Capture the Flag and all that stuff. Yeah. King of the Hill, all that stuff's gonna be in there. I just love. Are
you gonna play Halo now that it's free? You have a PC that can play it. I think that's a no.
He's just gonna not respond. Okay. All right.
Wait, you're talking to me?
Yeah, you said Cam, are you gonna play it?
I didn't hear Cam at all.
Oh.
No.
I liked the no response better.
Yeah, no. The
You're
no
like, why would you why would you ever ask me that? I'm super hyped for it. I'll probably play on my Series X though, and not on my PC. Even though people swear by mouse and keyboard controls for first-person shooters, I'm faster. I'm faster with a gamepad.
They announced that there's going to be like if you're playing on controller, you only play against controller players. If you're playing on
mouse and
keyboard, yeah.
Oh, that's so smart.
Maybe they're making it an option that
yeah, that's a great option because it's such a severe competitive advantage to be good at mouse and keyboard than to play with somebody with a controller.
I don't know. A lot of people say otherwise. It says controllers.
What? Who?
Because of aim assist.
I guess.
I've seen videos. People are not happy about the aim assist on controller players.
Well, they can just
be
unhappy.
Yeah, we're
somewhere.
into the weeds here.
Whatever. Let's get in the weeds. I want to be in the weeds. I like weeds.
They didn't show campaign though.
It didn't show campaign?
No, they only showed.
They showed that weird cutscene that was part of the campaign, where he jumped around in anti-gravity.
Yeah, I think they were worried that the same thing was going to happen that happened last year.
Where they showed Craig
apart. Yeah, where they showed Craig.
The graphics looked better this time, though, didn't they?
Yeah, they definitely improved.
They looked improved.
I saw some comparing screenshots I saw.
I didn't do any comparing, but it just baseline, I thought it just looked better. I thought the lighting was better. I don't know. But maybe I was just
I'm excited. I'm hoping they said holiday. That worries me when they don't give a solid date.
Nah, they just don't have one yet. But it's definitely coming out like Black Friday. Area.
I also think they're playing chicken with these other major shooters like Battlefield and
whatever. Dude, they don't need to play chicken with Call of Duty. Who are these guys? I've never even heard of those games that you just said. Halo, man.
I know.
Combat Evolved.
It's been, I think I looked this up. It's going to be 6 years since Halo 5. And
was that the one that had the two fire teams, Halo 5?
Yeah, it was Locke and Master Chief. It was not good. It was not well received, so they have to come back strong after that, and then also the debacle of the reveal last year. So
I just don't understand why. Can I get a story, please, that is not just about Cortana? Is there not other stuff happening? Then Cortana, hey, what's his Master Chief just being in love with Cortana? I don't understand it. It's an AI. Who cares?
And there's fake Cortana now.
Yeah, and there's new Cortana. I was well, my programming said that I should have died, but I'm not dead, so Cortana's probably still alive. Let's make another game about him chasing Cortana. Gah. Anyways. Just got to bring the negativity, you know? Okay, you can't have that burden all to yourself, John.
I'm excited for Halo.
Me too.
I'm excited for multiplayer.
I'm excited for. I love campaign. I love campaign. Co-op campaign is so much fun.
Yeah, it's fun playing co-op campaign for sure.
Yeah, I prefer co-op to by myself. All right, let's move on. Let's move on.
Yeah.
I'm over Halo. I'm already over it. Don't want it anymore. Okay, so Bethesda showed up, and they've got some exclusivity. They've got actual full exclusivity for 2 games, Starfield and Redfall. They described Starfield as a Han Solo simulator or Indiana Jones meets NASA. And I was like, yo, did you get Harrison Ford in this game? Like, both of those references reference the actor Harrison Ford. Is he in this?
They're probably going to have some weird reference.
But, dude, Han Solo simulator sounds kind of cool. Just being like a bounty hunter guy in space. And like having
I didn't get much from the trailer. Like, it was just...
Yeah, I feel like they didn't show
wasn't
much, right?
a trailer.
Yeah.
It was like a spaceship and a face. Like, what was that?
This was a big thing. I was like, a lot of people were praising Microsoft for like, I mean, they probably had the best show.
Yeah.
Admittedly, but I mean, their competition was not very strong.
I feel like there was a close second, but it was only because I really like announcements that happened.
Yeah, no, I think we all prefer one over this one, but they did show a bunch of things that were like exciting, but they're so far out. Like Starfield's saying 2022, but
it didn't get like a specific date for like the end of 2022.
Did they say end of 22? I know they just said 2022.
I think I just remember them saying like it was like an actual date for like the end of next year.
Yeah, it was November 11th, 2022. That's right.
Ooh, facts. I'll try it. It's going to be on Game Pass. I'm going to try it. That's the only way that I would get that game, is if it was on Game Pass.
That is the biggest perk of Game Pass. You play games that you wouldn't normally play. Like, okay, what's that other game? Back 4 Blood, that Left 4 Dead type game. That's on Game Pass. I probably want to try that out. I wouldn't have bought that.
That might be an interesting game to stream with friends.
Like co-op, yeah.
And then the other game was Redfall, vampire killing simulator. You really feel like Van Helsing. Yeah, I don't know. I thought that game looked bad. I didn't care.
It was a CG trailer.
Yeah, it looked dumb though. I wasn't into it. But it was interesting.
Vampires are cool.
I guess. I'm more into werewolves right now.
Team Jacob.
I guess.
God.
You know what though? I'm really over zombies, and we're still getting zombie video games.
These are vampires.
No, I know. I'm just saying that as far as when we're talking about things that our video games are made about, that with horror themed, we got vampires now. We didn't really have a lot. There's like that. What is it? Vampire Masquerade or whatever.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I don't know what it's called. Also looks bad. The graphics on that, we talked about it in a previous podcast, that looked horrendous.
Yeah,
that trailer looks so bad. I was like, that's next gen? That looks like 360, baby. But yeah, Bethesda exclusivity. I'm so excited for the new Elder Scrolls game. It's coming 20.
They said they mentioned it.
Yeah, they did say it. Elder Scrolls. I don't know. I want to know if they're going to start releasing, and this is just because I'm obsessed with VR now, if they're going to start releasing like Bethesda VR products on Game Pass on PC. Like, I want to access VR through Game Pass.
Are any VR games on Game Pass?
I don't think so, no. So that's what I want. Come on, guys. I'm living in 2025 right now. Everyone needs to catch up. I don't know, though. I don't know if they'll do VR, though, because Microsoft has got the HoloLens, which is like their AR VR thingy. So I don't know if they'll actually do it.
I thought they had a deal with Oculus.
Microsoft?
Yeah, I thought so.
Do they? I don't think they do. Because they have their own like competing product. It's a $7,000 visor or something insane. Dude, it costs so much money. Yeah, anyways. The last thing, do you guys want to talk about Bethesda anymore?
No. Good.
You know what I'm glad they didn't announce? Anything Fallout.
Bad for talk about Fallout for a little bit? Yeah, some DLC.
Yeah, DLC for like Fallout 76, but like they didn't announce like a new like Fallout 5 or anything. I'm not a fan of that world. It's just like brown.
It's muddy. Yeah,
it's just real muddy. And I'm just like, this is not a fun adventure. Just walking around around rust. And like it's basically turn-based combat. They turned a shooter into turn-based combat.
It doesn't feel good. That game does not feel good to shoot.
It needs a remaster or like a reboot. Even though 3 kind of was a reboot, they needed to do another one.
Maybe that's what they're doing. Maybe that's what they're working on.
Maybe. I'll believe it when I see it. Anything else Bethesda? Oh, Doom DLC coming to Switch, which is cool. Anytime they say the words Doom or the word Doom, I get excited. It's a fantastic game. Everybody get Doom on Game Pass.
Oh, they did say they're doing a next gen patch, so.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
Get your Xbox and PlayStations ready.
Yeah, I've been playing it on my PC because my PC was running it better than my Xbox One. But now with this next gen patch, I think the Series X will run it better than my PC because I can't ray trace because I'm a pleb. But I'll be able to ray trace on Xbox Series X, baby. So much light just refracting off of gore. It's gonna be beautiful.
Yeah, how are you gonna? The game moves so fast.
I know. I'm not even gonna be able to tell. Oh, but there was like an FPS boost too, right? For like
yeah, they got that 120 frames.
Yeah.
I don't even have a refresh.
But I think it's 4K 60.
Yeah, 4K 60, which is something
or 120 in performance mode.
I'm very interested in 4K 60. That is how every game should run. Last but not least, my favorite announcement. I mean, Halo is rad, but I think the game I'm the most excited about playing is Psychonauts 2. I really loved Psychonauts 1. It's probably one of my favorite platformers of all time. It's just so weird and trippy and has a beautiful art style and is so gut-busting hilarious. It's like one of the funniest games that's ever been made. And I'm really excited to go back to that world. It's been a super long time. That was an OG Xbox game. And they're bringing it back.
Yeah, and it's coming out only in a couple months. I think it's coming out in August.
There's a lot of games to play, guys. I don't know if I can do it.
That game's probably going to be like 10 hours. It's not going to be that long.
That's fine. It'll be 10 hours of joy that I got for free on Game Pass, guys.
That's true. Yeah,
You're going to have to put $1 in like a swear jar every time you say for free on Game Pass.
We'll just be Game Pass shills, you know?
Yep. I mean, Game Pass.
Get Game Pass.
Get Game Pass, guys. All right. Anything else about Microsoft that you guys want to talk about that we didn't write down in the...
Oh, the mini fridge.
Oh, yeah. Somebody tweeted at them. They're like, E3's not complete without some mini fridge announcement. And they were like, don't worry. And then they had their little thing.
If it's like not that expensive, I might try to get one.
It'd be kind of cool to have one set up. Like you've got some room. You put it right next to your little water thingy.
I can put it. Yeah, you can put my water thing on top of it.
I can move my Charmander. Put it right there. Camilo's got all the room in the world back there. You get like 4 of them.
the biggest Xbox fan out of all of us.
Yeah. Yeah, this room is not that big. That was Microsoft. Let's chug right along and breeze through this next one. Square Enix. Maybe throw it over to Camilo. What do you think about Final Fantasy Origins?
I think it looked okay. I didn't get a chance to play it myself because I downloaded it. It was corrupted, but I haven't. They released a patch for it, so now you can play it actually. But I was watching some gameplay of it, and I was noticing people were saying like it looks very muddy right now. I think it needs some work. Like everything is like green and brown. It's not really yeah, like the colors are kind of like weird.
Weird.
Um,
Because Final Fantasy 1 is so colorful. And that's like what it's based on. It's like a retelling of that, right?
I mean, I think it's like set in the same like universe as the first one, but
they're the warriors of light sent to kill chaos. And I was wondering if there's going to be a time travel element to it, because spoilers to a game that came out on the NES, there is a time travel element in Final Fantasy 1 that basically time repeats itself for like thousands of years. So I'm curious if that's going to be
I barely know anything about Final Fantasy 1, so
it's one of the 3 that I've beaten so far on my quest to complete them all.
You could play it on your mobile devices soon.
Yeah, with better pixels.
This is the Fantasy Souls game, right? This Final Fantasy Origins?
Yeah, it's supposed to be like a Souls-like. I remember I was watching, I think Pro Jared play it, and he was like, "I don't understand why the attack is on R1 and R2." And I was like, "Bro, have you never played a Souls game before? That's how they play." He's like, "What? It's just I don't understand why it's not like Final Fantasy 15 controls." Like, because it's not the same type of game.
Yeah, they're saying they're going into a new direction. You know,
dark, edgy direction.
Dude, it's
Why is he wearing a t-shirt? That's what I want to know.
Dude,
it's a high fantasy game. Why is he wearing a t-shirt?
I don't know. I think it would have been cool if they kept like the old costumes, like the retro-y, like the white mage thing or the black mage, like all of those cool things. They should have just like brought them to the modern era and like made them like a little bit more stylized and cool. That would have been cool, instead of like a weird emo edgelord t-shirt boy.
I think that's just like the current style of like Final Fantasy that they're.
Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense to me.
I want to try the. Yeah. I'm definitely going to try the demo, because I am a huge Souls fan, and if it's going to be a Souls-like, I'll check it out.
I mean, if it's Souls-like and it's a retelling of the like trying to kill chaos in Final Fantasy 1, I feel like that ticks a lot of boxes for me, because that story is really interesting. Then they kind of like brush over the like basically time is repeating for thousands of years thing in like this much dialogue at the end of the game. They're like, you beat the game, they're like, oh, but this was happening the whole time, and you finally broke the cycle. And you're like, oh, okay, that's what I was doing this whole time? Rad. So, yeah, I mean, the part of, like, you know, Souls games, you, like, die over and over and over again. Like, I wonder if that's going to be, like, built into the, like, the cycles repeating over and over and over again because you keep dying. I feel like that'd be the natural progression for that kind of storytelling, but we'll see. Or it's a roguelike.
God, that...
Soulsborne roguelike?
No. We don't need any
I'll
more
have to try it out. I'm like not big on the Souls games, but I don't know.
I wonder if it'll be as hard as Souls, or if it's just gonna be like that type of gameplay.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, maybe they'll go in the direction of like, I'm trying to think of like maybe The Surge or Mortal Shell, where it's Souls-like, but like it's playable. Oh no, not The Surge. That's not the game I meant. Remnant from the Ashes. Did you ever play that one, John?
Yeah, so that's the
shooter.
That's like the shooter one, right?
Yeah. That one's pretty good, except it's not a very well balanced game. Like, you'll get to bosses and you're just like, why can't I play anymore? It's just really weird. The difficulty spikes in that game are awful. Anyways, that game was not announced. I think it's on Game Pass though. Then we saw it was the start of the show, right? The 25 minutes.
Yeah, the first thing.
The first thing we saw, and we saw a lot of it, was Guardians of the Galaxy, Marvel Guardians of the Galaxy. It's like a action RPG, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's
with like dialogue choices and stuff. I think you got it.
You can only be Star-Lord.
Yeah, you can only be Star-Lord, but you can give commands. Excuse me. You can give commands to your team.
So Avengers is a co-op game, right? Because this is just like straight.
This is single player, yeah. And Avengers is like
Avengers.
It's like Destiny.
It's like Destiny. Yeah. It's a looter. It's a looter
puncher
adventure game. I don't even know what the action looter.
Action looter.
It was not received well, and that's why I think they went this route with Guardians. It's like the same. I feel like the style is in the same vein as the Avengers game,
where they don't take any risks and they make it look exactly like the movie.
Yeah.
Like, oh my god. I really hope that they lean into some of the comic storylines because those are so good. And I saw the what's his name? Like, I think his name might be Comrade, the dog. Do you guys remember seeing the dog?
Oh yeah.
So the dog is like he's kind of like Rocket like hates him, and it's like there's some funny storylines around that. And it'd be nice to see some stuff like that because that wasn't featured in the movies at all. So you can see that
the llama.
The llama?
The purple llama that's in that trailer.
I don't remember that. I just remembered there's a bunch of like Fortnite llamas in the Horizon trailer. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
Like, why are there like Fortnite pinatas in Horizon? Like, I thought that was so odd. Anyways,
it kind of reminded me of like Viva pinatas.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Wait, Horizon? What are you talking about?
Horizon.
There was like a mini game where they're like running over like pinatas.
Yeah. Did you see that?
Like Fortnite? Oh no, Forza Horizon?
Yeah.
Yeah, Forza Horizon.
I did not see that.
I was gonna say, does it clear it up at all? Like,
no, I thought you meant.
I think you just don't know.
Horizon Forbidden West or something. No. I'm like, well, there was that crossover.
That's true. There was. You got the skin.
I did.
If Guardians came to Game Pass, I would play it. But I think that's like a bargain bin buy for me. Because I like Marvel.
It looks better than the Avengers game, I think.
It definitely looks better than the Avengers game, but it still was like, I felt like the humor was like a little bit too like, oh man, man, like just like teenage weird humor that like I can't get behind. It seemed like I mean, I'm not a very mature person, but like
forced humor. It felt
it felt a little forced and just kind of cringe. I don't know.
I'll probably wait for reviews on that one, and then get the the superior version.
Yeah,
the Nintendo Switch cloud
version.
Oh my god, that game is gonna run like trash. They need the Switch dock that runs at 4K 60 with an Ethernet port in it.
That's why they didn't say it's the cloud version in the Direct. Because it's actually the Switch Pro version.
Huh? Dude, Square's all about their cloud versions. What do they got? Hitman? They done Tomb Raider yet or no?
No. I think it was just Hitman.
Who's Control? That was a cloud version, right?
That's a newer developer.
Yeah, I don't think that's Square.
Bum.
It's
who'd it be?
Remedy, isn't it?
What else they make?
Max Payne.
Oh,
they did the Alan Wake stuff.
Okay.
Yeah, Quantum Break. If anybody remembers that game.
Boy, I think Xbox wants everyone to forget that game.
And TV show.
Wait, they made a Quantum. Are you talking? That's Quantum Leap.
No, Quantum Break. So
They
Quantum Break.
They made a Quantum Break TV show.
So it was in the game. Like it was part game, part TV show. Like you would play a mission, and then it would go to a TV show.
Anyways, not interested.
Yeah.
So, would you guys want to talk about the one thing Ubisoft talked about?
Or did you want to talk about the Final Fantasy 1 through 6?
I thought we already did.
I'm just why is it not on console? I mean, I get that they're remastering it for mobile, but like you can already play the games on mobile. Like you can't play all those games on like modern consoles.
Also, like I think all of those games were on Nintendo consoles, right? 3 of them were on NES, 3 of them were on SNES.
Well, if you're talking Japan, they all definitely were on Nintendo consoles.
So
because they didn't
why
switch
not
till
Switch?
7 to PlayStation.
Why don't you just put it on Switch? What the heck are you doing?
I don't know, dude. That collection on Switch, I would pay. I don't know if I'd pay full price for it. 40 for a full remaster. If it had orchestral music and voice acting. If it had voice acting, I'd pay full price. If it had voice acting, I'd pay full price.
In like 8-bit
pixel
games.
Game?
Yeah. They do voice acting in Octopath.
That's true. That's true.
Point made. Oh God, it feels so good to be right. That game, those games look. Well, I feel like they didn't show us actually what those games are going to be, but I feel like if they remake them 16:9 HD with great pixel art, I think they'll look very, very good.
I think I was looking at it was like a picture of like they were comparing the old sprites and the new sprites, and the new sprites look like way washed out. I'm like,
oh really? I'm gonna have to look into this because I think I might be wrong, but I want it mostly just for 6. Because I don't know. I don't want to play 1 again. I think I'm one and done with 1. It was interesting though. 4 is cool. Cecil and Kane.
Yeah, but
I don't know anything.
I probably want to play like isn't there like a 3D remake of that?
Yeah, I'm playing it currently on my stream. Can't you tell? Dude, it's been so long since I played that. That's the one I'm in the middle of.
I think these franchise runs are what's killing it for you, man.
Yeah. I want to play those games, but I feel like some days I'll have the energy to do it, and then I'm like, man, this is just too much of one good thing. You just can't eat ice cream every day.
No, you can't.
Yeah.
I mean, you could have like I have like goals of like I want to play like a majority of these games in the series, but I'm not gonna say I'm gonna play it in a marathon.
I'll do them all before I die. I'm actually probably going to come back to streaming. Here's an announcement. I am coming back to streaming at least once a week, and it's going to be Metroid. So, hooray.
Nice. What's up, Shadow King? How you doing?
Hey, Shadow King. What's up? Ubisoft. They only had one thing that I care about, and that was...
And they got leaked by Nintendo.
That's funny. Mario and Rabbids Sparks of Hope. It's a sequel to a game that surprisingly sold very well and I think is quite fun. What do you guys think about that?
That has to have been intentional to leak it because the first game got leaked too.
Yeah, but it's weird because they leaked it on the eShop.
Or like I thought it was the Nintendo website. Was it also on the eShop?
Yeah, maybe it was a website. It was Nintendo for sure that did it.
Yeah, it's probably... Hello, Phil. It's been a while. Hi, Shadow King. I'm around. I'm on the podcast. I got a new job. Just a little bit personal thing. I got a new job. It's taking up a lot of my time. So I don't really know what I'm doing with YouTube right now. I'm excited. It looks great. Rosalina's in it. The Rosalina Rabbid looks freaking scary and terrifying. Rabbids are weird, and I don't... It's such a weird mashup, and we've talked about it before, like when the other one came out, like, but it just works. It's weird, and it works, and I don't know why it works, and it plays really well, and it's fun, and it's goofy. It just works, and I don't know why. It confuses me so much.
Like all the Mario characters look like great in that art
style. Yeah, totally. And I like that they're getting away from the arm cannon and he's like dual wielding weapons this time. I think that's cool. Yeah. The arm cannon thing was kind of... I'm like, why is Samus not in this? Like, what? Where's Mega Man?
Maybe she is. Maybe she is.
That would be cool. Oh my god, because they did Donkey Kong DLC and now they're going to space. So now we can have Metroid DLC for Sparks of Hope.
On Metroid now. Maybe they're trying to make Metroid an actual viable franchise.
Oh my god, dude, please, everyone, buy the game. We're not there yet, but buy Metroid Dread. Oh my god.
And the amiibo. Get it digitally. Get the collector's edition. And the amiibo.
Get every version and buy it for Christmas presents for everyone you know, even if they don't like video games or have a Switch.
If you don't buy it, they're probably gonna cancel Metroid Prime 4. So buy it,
dude. I don't want to move on to that quite yet. All right, any more comments of Sparks of Hope? I feel like we're kind of breezing through it, but we already.
The Rabid Lumas are kind of freaky looking.
Yeah, the Rabid Lumas are weird.
They're called Sparks. Yeah.
Oh, those are the Sparks of Hope. Cute. But I'm super excited they're going to space. Galaxy is an amazing franchise. I mean, it's 2 games. Galaxy are really cool entries into the Mario franchise. And I'm excited to see Rabbids in space. I feel like they could do some cool stuff with that, especially if they do a map that's like on like a sphere. I mean, they didn't show it; they showed the flat maps again. But like, if they did it on a sphere, like that'd be kind of cool.
They don't want to show their hand, all their hand.
I guess. When's it coming out?
2022.
2022. Come on, Nintendo. All right, so since we're talking about Nintendo, let's get into the Nintendo news for the last section of our podcast. Save the best for last, in my opinion. You want to talk about Tekken, John? I don't.
I mean, I don't really care about this character.
Yeah, but you probably like Smash the most out of all of us.
I do like Smash, and I mean, I understand why he got added. I'm talking about Kazuya from Tekken.
They needed to add a Tekken fighter.
Yeah, I mean, if you're gonna have a fighting game that's celebrating all other fighting games, why not put it? Like Tekken's one of the most.
I would have anticipated a Tekken character before Terry.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I mean, Kazuya's like the face of the franchise, right?
I would assume. I don't know. I feel like that old guy gets featured a lot.
Yeah, but I think he's the
villain.
He's like the counterpart to Kazuya.
Mm-hmm.
That reveal trailer was brutal.
I loved it.
Straight up killed everybody.
Dude, that's what happens in Smash. Like, literally, people just get murdered. Sephiroth just killed Mario. That was awesome. I mean, he didn't, but it looked like he did for a second. That was awesome. Yeah, I mean, I like Tekken fine. I prefer Soul Calibur because there's character crossovers.
They could have had the
Yoshimitsu.
Yeah, Yoshimitsu. That's what they should have done. They would have got two franchises with one stone.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they're gonna do Soul Calibur next, and who would they add? Kilik?
Cervantes.
Who's the one? Cervantes. Ivy.
Cervantes.
Ooh.
I feel like if it's the last one, it's gonna be like something big and hype.
Waluigi.
It's gonna be Waluigi.
I think they're gonna do another pass.
Yeah, so do I.
They just won't let Sakurai retire.
I mean, it's Ultimate, man.
I don't know how much he probably has some input, but Bandai Namco is running that ship.
They should have Doom Guy. Yeah, I mean, Doom Guy's a good addition. Master Chief would be good. Chief, Kratos would be good. I mean, we do this often.
Yeah, there's so many characters. I mean, I think this was a safe choice.
I think it was, yeah, if you're celebrating fighting games, I think it's a good choice. I mean, I
don't think it's what everybody wanted.
Nah. I kind of don't, have high hopes for Fighter Pass anymore. I'm like, how many characters are in the game?
I think he was 81.
80. Yeah.
81. I have everybody I want. I already have everybody I want, minus Tingle. And I'm not getting Tingle, so I need to just get over it.
Should just be a meme pass. The third pass?
Dude, there should be a meme pass. That'd be epic. Does Wario have... I'm going to move into the next thing. Does Wario have his WarioWare costume as a costume in Smash?
Yeah, he does. It's the biker outfit.
Nice. So speaking of Wario, WarioWare Get It Together was announced, which is a game I know Camilo's excited about. I'm very excited about it. I love the WarioWare franchise. I played a lot of WarioWare Gold, which was the 3DS game that came out a couple years ago. Because the 3DS has been
3 years ago.
Because the 3DS is buried underground with a gravestone on top.
I think so. WarioWare was the last 3DS game made by Nintendo that wasn't like just a remaster or something. But I guess it was technically one, but it was just like a compilation of other micro games.
Micro games, so good.
They kind of like leaked this one themselves. They had a
Yeah, there was a survey saying like, would you pay $50 for a new WarioWare game?
I would. I'd pay $70.
And a lot of people said yes because it's $50.
I'd pay $70. I love the Wii one a lot. I think
I need to play that one. I've never played that one.
Smooth Moves is so good. And that's why I'm so excited about it being on the Switch, because we have like Joy-Con controls for these mini games again, and I think it's going to be nuts. I'm into it. I'm super into it. I really like
weird. It looks weird. I never really actually played.
Oh, that's why it's good.
But they look so weird. Like there was the bird poop avoiding game.
Yes.
There was armpit tweezing game.
Dude, that is the set summarizes the game perfectly. That is what the game is.
A baby, like it's weird.
Yeah, like picking people's noses. It's like it's just the weirdest like fever dream. And
I was actually playing Gold like yesterday and today.
Nice.
And like there's ones where like you're trying to like pull your shirt down over like his big tummy.
That's super funny.
Are these like fun to play by yourself? Like what do you do?
Yeah.
Yeah, you only play by yourself. Well, I guess this one's introducing like co-op.
Well, there was multiplayer in Smooth Moves.
So we won.
Yeah. Smooth Moves.
So it looks like this one, like you're controlling one of the characters to like do an action in the game.
I think some micro games will be 2-player and some micro games won't be 2-player. Because I don't know. I mean, I guess maybe you could tweeze together. You could avoid poop together. I mean, the game is called Get It Together. So I don't know. I might be backpedaling. What do you think, Cam?
Get it together.
Nah, probably it's either like games can be played with 1 or 2, or there'll be some that are only for 1 or only for 2.
Well, they definitely announced co-op.
Yeah,
that's the whole selling point of the game.
I'm just trying to figure out if they're gonna have like games that are exclusively for like the campaign that you play by yourself, or if it's like meant to be like a group experience, and that every game that they made for every micro game is gonna have an element where you can play 2-player. I was trying to think. They sort of said that in the direct, but I'm trying to think of micro games that they showed where like that would be hard. Woo!
I have no idea.
I'm just excited.
We're just excited. But it's so funny.
Year, right? It's coming out.
Yeah, it's coming out October.
September 10th.
September.
It's my birthday.
It's 14 days before my birthday. 2 weeks. You want to play Worms Rumble? See, somebody was going to bring up a bad game. Good job, Diego.
That game is that franchise is so.
Who cares about Worms?
It's run its course. It was fun.
Is it cool? I actually want to know, Diego. Is Worms actually cool, or are you trolling?
Did you get it on? It was
Xbox Arcade.
I think wasn't it a PS Plus game for like PS5?
Yeah, I think so.
Dude, it's very likely that game appeared on PS Plus, and I just did not add it to my library because I was that disinterested. I am not taking this.
Sucks.
I'm not even going to take the 1 second it takes to click to add this to my library to have it forever. I'm just not doing it.
We just offended all the Worm fan out there. All the Worms fan.
That's not something I'm concerned about doing.
One Worms. It was
I don't know.
Moving on.
Yeah, WarioWare's great. Oh, but the one thing I wanted to bring up, Cam, because you said you were playing Gold, is that the Direct made me break out my 3DS. Like, that is what this Direct did, because there's, like, WarioWare, and we'll talk about it in a second. And what?
Samus Returns.
Samus Returns. So I've been playing the hell out of Samus Returns. And I, like, totally forgot where I was. I was, like, getting my butt kicked, but, like, it was really fun once I finally figured it out and I started knocking out some Metroids and, like, getting unlost again. I just really love the Metroidvania formula. And I think that game is underrated. I will rate it as underrated.
If you like that game, Metroid Dread's made by the same developer.
I know, dude. It's literally... Can we just jump to Metroid Dread? I want to talk about it. Metroid Dread is being developed by... Insert name here. I can get the box.
It's the same people that made Samus Returns.
Yeah, I got the box. Is it not on here? Where would it say?
Mercury Steam.
That's it. That's right. Mercury Steam. But the one thing that's like so interesting about Metroid Prime, Metroid Prime 4 is not coming. The Metroid 5, Metroid Dread, is that it's really implementing all of the cool traversal things that have been introduced like over time with Metroid Fusion and Metroid Zero Mission, and then the like counter move in Metroid 2 reboot or whatever.
Samus Returns. Yeah.
Samus Returns. I don't know. Metroid 2 with good graphics. It's just so cool because Samus has always been like not super like, she's like controllable and it's fine, and like once you build up your stuff you get like a speed boost, and then you get I think it's called literally the spaz attack or something. What is it called? The screw attack. The screw attack, not the spaz attack. There's a spaz beam. There's a spaz beam and there's a screw attack. So you get the screw attack, and then she becomes like a lot more like nimble. And as they progress the games in 3 and then the reboot of number 1, they like gave her like the ledge grab, and like she moves a lot faster, and you can traverse the world a lot faster. And there's like sliding in this new one that looks really cool. Mm-hmm. And it just looks like you just have so much mobility, which is just going to be fantastic for when you probably have to escape that horrible Emmy thing, and you're just going to get obliterated.
There's multiple Emmys.
Yeah.
Did you watch the Treehouse stuff?
I actually didn't watch the Treehouse stuff, and not because I didn't want to be informed for this podcast. It's because I kind of want to be like blinders, and I just don't want to know what's going on. Like, yeah, I saw the yellow Emmy, and I saw there was she gets an ability where she can be like camouflaged, which is really cool. It's adding like also like the elements of the end of Metroid Zero Mission, where it's like a stealth mission when she's actually in the Zero suit, because she's like totally screwed and doesn't have her armor, so she has to like stealth get by like all these space pirates and stuff. And I'm like, oh, they're like implementing the stealth stuff from that. It's like literally they're just like, what are all the awesome things from Metroid over the last, I think that game came out like when I was born. It's like over the last like 35 years.
19 years. It's been 19 years.
19 years since the last
Fusion.
One. But the series has been around for 35, and they're literally taking all of the awesome things from all of the games for 35 years, and they're literally making like the climactic game, in my opinion.
Yeah, I will say I won't spoil anything that they talked about in the Treehouse, but
sure,
the trailer looked good, right? Like, it looked good, but when you actually see it in motion and how like fluid Samus moves. Mm-hmm. It's gonna be so fun.
It's gonna be amazing, and I hope that they make the bad, like the little baddies and stuff. Like, I think they kind of did in Returns, where it's you have more mobility and you can move around the field or like the planet like a lot easier, but like the enemies are just as formidable. Like now they can like electrify the whole thing, so you got to get the heck off that thing. Like you can't hang there for too long, and I don't know, just really interesting the way that they set it up.
No, I'm excited. I'm so glad it's coming this year too. Like we only got less than 4 months.
I know.
This thing comes out, so
I can easily beat all of them. I already did 0 missions, so I checkbox on that one. So then I'll do Super. What is that? What's next? No, not Super. I'll do Returns. I'll start a new file. Then Super Metroid, which I've beaten 1,000 times. I can do that in a sitting. Then
Fusion.
Then Fusion. And that's it.
That's it. Yep.
I can easily do that in 4 months.
Oh yeah.
I'm excited. So if you want to watch somebody who's kind of okay at Metroid games, but also forgets all of them except Super Metroid, swing on by my YouTube channel. Feel fantastic. Couldn't be more excited. Literally, it erased my desire to play Metroid Prime 4. That's how excited I am about it.
Oh man, it's so funny. I made a video about this, and people do not understand. Like they're like, why are they making Metroid 5 before Metroid Prime, before Metroid 4? And it's like, bro,
Metroid Prime, by the way, y'all, spinoff.
Yeah,
it's a spinoff.
Metroid 4 was Fusion.
Yep. In the intro cinematics of all of those games, it says which number it is. And then on the box art of Metroid 2, it says Metroid 2. But in the opening cinematic of Metroid, so Super Metroid, it's like Metroid 3. And then in the opening cinematic of Metroid Fusion, Metroid 4. And I love that they literally just put it in Arial font or like whatever crap font that was. They were just like Metroid 5. That's so funny though, that literally black background, white text. They could have put that shiz in Comic Sans and I still would have lost my mind. Like it didn't even matter. They could have wrote it in crayon.
The most exciting thing about it is that we're getting 2 Metroid games, right?
Yeah.
We got Metroid Dread, and then we got Metroid Prime coming eventually.
Mm-hmm.
It did say it's still in development, so we're still like 3 years out.
Coming to the successor for the Nintendo Switch.
Yeah.
But for the diehards, like the people who actually love Metroid, the Metroid 5 announcement is like extremely hype and will make people totally satisfied to wait longer for Metroid 4.
Yeah.
Like
it was my favorite announcement of E3.
Me too.
Metroid Dread.
Because it was an announcement. Like, I'm not going to say the things that I saw, there weren't things that got me very excited. Because there's another thing we haven't talked about yet, which is probably why everyone is here. But yeah, I'm just so excited. I haven't been this excited about a video game since like Switch launch. Since like Breath of the Wild.
The Wild 1.
I think that's the last time I got this excited about a video game where I was like, I need it. It's going to take over my whole life, which Breath of the Wild did. I got like 400 hours in that game, which compared to other people is actually not that many.
I only have like 100 hours.
I think I got to like 250.
It's fun, man. You can just do whatever you want. That game is so good. Let's hop back, talk about some less hype announcements though. If you have anything else to say about Metroid. Camilo, you're not like huge into Metroid.
I mean, I like Samus Returns. I'll probably pick it up, but I don't have the nostalgia for it, but it looks cool.
Here's the thing about you saying probably is that this is not a drill and you have to buy it.
Yeah, you have to buy it.
You have to buy it. If you're a Nintendo,
I didn't even buy it. I rented like Samus Returns because I had like $1.
Oh my god, that's why we had to wait.
GameFly.
Oh my gosh, you're killing me. You have to buy it. It is your duty as a Nintendo fan. It is your duty to show up to battle and buy that game.
The only thing that like stops me from buying those games is like they're just super confusing what to do because like they don't tell you anything.
Yeah, it's the best part.
Yeah, that's the point.
Yeah, but
That's
like the
the
feeling
whole
of being
point.
lost isn't like I don't know. It's not fun for me.
You're supposed to feel secluded.
Yeah, it's
and
literally as of the atmosphere. The idea that you're lost on a planet is like the game. That's the game. And I know that you're like, well, I don't like that, but
you still gotta buy it.
you still gotta buy it. It like adds to like the ambiance to like the whole. At least for the original, I think like what Metroid Prime 3 did a really bad job of doing this, where it's like the idea is that Samus is by herself overcoming incredible odds to like do this thing, and she's lost and she's scared and she has to complete these objectives, otherwise the world ends basically, or like Metroids take over the world, or the space pirates abuse the Metroids and take over the world or the universe, or however big this game expands. I don't really know. Don't talk about that. But anyways, that is my very impassioned speech about why Metroid is incredibly important and why that is a feature and not a bug. Getting lost is a feature.
Yeah, that is the point.
How about I'll buy it if you play past Kingdom Hearts Chain Memories.
How many games is that?
You have to complete Kingdom Hearts 2.
Do I have to? Is Chain of Memories the card one?
Yeah.
Do I have to beat that one?
Well, you could like watch cutscenes or something, or.
Well, I'm saying for this transaction, are you telling me that I have to finish my save file from the card game and then play 2? Because I'll play 2, no problem. I'll play 2 tonight and film it. Just let me know. We can figure out this.
Okay.
We can figure this out.
The logistics of this.
Yeah. We'll let you guys know about this, but I will absolutely do it. I could beat that card game. I just need a guide. I just feel like I'm lost sometimes, you know? I don't know what to do.
Yeah, but like everyone, oh my god. That's not my favorite one. Everyone like doesn't like it, but like you just gotta get past it.
Now the turntables turn there.
Speaking of Metroid games, of all 4 of them, there's not any of them that you have to get past. They're all 10 out of 10 games. Except for like Metroid 1, but they remade it, so like don't worry about it. Let's see. Okay, Mario Party Superstars. So I'm excited about this because I did not have a 64 when I was a kid, and I heard through the grapevine and the internet of just everyone saying that the Mario Party games on 64 were awesome.
They're the best.
So I'm excited about this because all of this stuff, all of these mini games, all of these boards, even though there's not that many boards, and that was like a big complaint about the last one. I'm excited because it's going to be all new to me. So
I'm excited because it's major nostalgia for me.
Yeah. We're tapping into your nostalgia now. That's good. Yeah, I'm excited. It's going to have online again. So we'll definitely.
Honestly, I remember, I played it with my siblings a lot, but like every time like my babysitter came over, like we would always play Mario Party 2, and it was a blast.
That is a very interesting memory.
You know what I'm excited for? You do not have to use the Joy-Con.
Yeah, it's all button controls because it's from the 64.
Yeah.
I think I like using the Joy-Cons for things. And I'm going to bring this up again. I already talked about it once, but I've been playing a lot of VR. And in VR, you have a controller in each hand, and you do a lot of like this kind of stuff. And I'm getting more and more into it because like I feel like that's a natural way to interact with your environment. So like now when I go back to play waggle games, I'm like kind of into it. I'm actually sort of excited to play Skyward Sword now and do some more waggling.
It does seem weird that they're just moving on and this is like a completely new game because like you said, there's only 5 boards, and a major issue that people had with the last one was there was only 5 boards.
There's only 4 boards.
4 boards.
One additional board.
So, maybe they could have done like an expansion or just had more boards. Like,
They're like, it sold 12 million copies, so we're gonna try to fleece those people again for another $60.
Dude, they're definitely. That's what I was saying when we were talking about this offline. I was like, dude, the amount of money that they'll make by making a new game is going to be so much more than what they would have made ever by making DLC.
Oh yeah, it just I don't know. Feels weird.
I mean, I thought like this should be an expansion as well, like a 30. Like
nah,
a $30,
man, when did the last one come out?
2 years ago.
And how often did they used to come out?
I have no idea.
Often.
Okay. For the size of what they're doing, it feels like expansion. But
that's a beefy expansion.
5 boards?
Yeah.
All old games?
Well, it is like the same.
It's the same size of the original game.
It's actually bigger than
it's
Super
bigger.
Mario Party. Because it's 5 boards instead of 4, plus it's 100 mini games instead of 80 or whatever Super Mario Party had.
I think, and here's dream scenario. Dream scenario is that we get this game, and then they do DLC for it, and you get more boards, maybe some more characters. Was Diddy Kong in this? Because he wasn't in the flipping. He's not in the golf game, and I'm very upset about it. And I'm gonna need.
I think I saw Diddy Kong, right?
I saw Birdo.
I need a phone number to call. I'm really unhappy about this.
The Where's Diddy hotline.
Yeah.
So like Mario Party 2 had 6 boards, but I guess I don't know.
But I mean, you're dealing with the limitations.
The N64 game had more boards.
Yeah, you're dealing with the limitations of the hardware sometimes at that point because it's a 64 cartridge.
So this one should have less boards.
No, this game. I'm agreeing with you. This game should have more boards. Hey, Stan, what's up, dude?
Speaking of another ripoff.
Wait, what?
No,
I do like that they added like
that's a ripoff.
Play, and then you can save your progress like with other people.
Yeah. That's cool. That is so cool because sometimes those games get lengthy, especially because I mean we only ever when we were playing online together we only ever played like the minimum amount of rounds.
Yeah, the 10.
But if you do anything more than that, you're like, yo, dude, like I gotta go. Like I can't play Mario Party with you for 4 hours. I gotta go take my dog out. Okay. Did anybody get Game Builder Garage? Dan, I was in Best Buy and I was holding it in my hand and I put it back down. I'm gonna get it. I just didn't.
I'm gonna get it soon too. I
just didn't get it yet.
I didn't get it, and I'm probably not gonna get it.
I'll probably get it. I need to see some YouTube videos of people like breaking it in half and like making really cool stuff. And
there's a Doom Eternal one already out there.
Oh really?
Oh yeah, I saw one like someone like recreated like Super Mario Kart. That was really cool.
Oh nice. Yeah, I'll have to check some of that stuff out, and I think then I'll get super hyped. Maybe I'll buy it this weekend. But I mean, I want Ratchet. I still haven't bought Ratchet. I'm actually backed up backlog. Like, I just can't bring myself to pull my wallet out right now. I have so much stuff.
Why get Ratchet when you could make Ratchet?
It's true. Also, I don't know if you guys know this. I've been playing a lot of VR.
No, really?
Yeah, I've been playing a lot of. I've been playing exclusively VR, and I bought Half-Life Alyx, and it's the best video game ever made. So, I don't know. I just can't stop playing VR. I want to stream VR so bad. Anyways, that's off topic. So you just said Advance Wars is a ripoff, and I want to reach through the screen and shake you. Why did you say that?
GBA game for $60.
It's both GBA games. Fully remastered from the ground up.
It still looks like a GBA game.
Can somebody hold me back? Hold me back. What are you talking about? Have you played a GBA game? I know it's been 20 years.
I think he means like the scope of what you can do. I don't know. I don't think he means the graphics.
It doesn't look like a $60 game. It looks like
a
$20 game.
I don't think it's $20.
No.
I was excited. I was excited for it.
No, stop talking. I am so tired of people complaining about how much games cost. They cost $60. Either buy them or don't. Like, that's just how much games cost, dude. You have a good job. Like, go buy the game. What are you complaining about? You're not like a high schooler who's like scraping his allowance money together so you could buy a video game.
Here's my theory. Okay, my comparison. Elden Ring is gonna be $60.
So what?
Advance Wars is gonna be $60.
Elden Ring's gonna be 60, not 70?
Yeah, it's 60 with a free next gen upgrade. They already announced it.
Sorry. Continue.
And you telling me those are on the same playing field? No.
Bro, games are so different. Video games are so different. Like, there's so many different experiences that you can have. Like, so much different levels of enjoyment that people get out of, like, a tactics game than they would get out of.
Yeah, it's not just all based on production value.
Yeah. It's just like...
I don't know. I just personally think it looks like a $20 game.
It's got so much content. Also, people have been begging for Advance Wars to, like, get a revival. And then it finally happened. And then you're like, too much money.
Well, I would rather...
Looks like a Game Boy Advance. Are those 32 bits? That looks like a 32-bit game. $60? No, thank you.
Why isn't it a new game instead of a remaster?
Because it's easier to reboot a game because all of the like ideas are already fleshed out and completed. They can reboot it with better graphics, and then if people are into Advance Wars, then they'll make a new game. But this game is so old that literally half of the install base has never even seen Advance Wars before, so you might as well resell them the game. I didn't have Advance Wars, and I had a ton of Game Boy Advance games. Game Boy Advance is one of my favorite systems of all time. And I'm always like, I didn't know it was a good game until, like, the internet was big. And, like, I was just like, YouTube internet where, like, you can watch stuff about, like, did you know, like, the Game Boy Advance was the... Like, I didn't know Advance Wars was a must-own game back then. I didn't have the knowledge. But now I do. And if you want to get... But if you want to get Advance Wars for your GBA SP right now on eBay, you probably have to spend more than $60 anyway. And that's just for one of them.
Yeah.
So think about it that way.
I don't know. It's just hard. It's getting harder for me to justify paying the Switch tax.
That's just what you got to do as a fanboy, man. You just got to pay tax.
Because then we're going to be talking about Breath of the Wild 2. And that's gonna be $60.
Yeah.
And
how many assets got reused? How many assets got reused from original Breath of the Wild for that game?
Yeah, but even Breath of the Wild, like the original Breath of the Wild, that was $60, and that is like a huge scaled game.
Yeah.
Open world.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. They're just not.
That's how much money video games cost.
Yeah.
This is just like this conversation is blowing my mind.
It's not like when they go to publish the game, they're like, how much effort did you put into this? How much can we charge for it?
The base Wars probably cost like $10.
Standard MSRP for a new Switch title is $60. It's 2 games that you can't even buy if you wanted them. You'd have to pay like a collector a ton of money on eBay to get those games. And do you have a working GBA SP or GBA?
No.
That's right. You'd have to buy one of those too. And to get one of those, that's another $80. How much does this game cost now, John? That's like a $150 game if you want to play this right now. And they're offering you it at a steal for $60.
A steal.
I think so. All right.
I just Googled it real quick.
What?
Just to see what people are saying.
All right, while you're Googling that, I'm going to look up the eBay price for Advance Wars.
Oh my God.
It seems like a lot of people are excited.
This is just, we're literally just getting in an argument about pricing. Advance Wars GBA. eBay $50. $50.
Can we talk about Breath of the Wild 2? That would be
No,
a better conversation.
$50 loose, and then the second one is 75. No, that can't be right. Like 40. First,
you know
one's
what they
50.
could have done?
What?
I'm saying 75 together.
Oh yeah, that's what I saw.
The GBA, they could have put GBA games on the Switch. You know, included Advance Wars 1 and 2,
Fusion and Zero Mission,
and then have Fusion and Zero Mission,
Final Fantasy Tactics if they can get the rights.
Yes,
dude, GBA is an amazing system.
War, just like they're doing with Metroid Dread.
But it wouldn't make
the same like form factor as a GBA 2. It'd be so perfect.
It wouldn't make any sense to put the GBA on though, because they already are making you subscribe. It would be like the third time that they put Super Mario 1, 2, 3 and World, and Yoshi's Island. I guess that doesn't count. World doesn't count as it being the third time.
I guess they would, right? And Mario didn't get an original GBA game.
Plus, how are you supposed to use the e-reader? Are they going to sell the e-reader and all the cards again?
Yeah. No, the Wii U games just had everything unlocked.
Oh, they did?
Yeah.
That's awesome. All right, can we talk about the literal biggest announcement? we literally, it's been 90 minutes. Let's talk about the biggest announcement. Hey, did you guys see that they showed gameplay footage of Breath of the Wild 2 at E3?
Yeah, and then Phil told me he's over Breath of the Wild and only wants Metroid Dread.
I only want Metroid Dread. I mean, I'll play it for until it comes out, and then I'll be all about Breath of the Wild 2.
I think we talked about this when they first revealed Breath of the Wild 2. It's exciting, but it's still so far away. It's hard to get excited for a game that is over a year away when you have games like Metroid Dread that's coming out this year.
Mm-hmm.
And we didn't even see that much gameplay. Like we saw,
dude, but what we saw was very interesting. His dead arm, and there's got to be something going on with when everything is taking place, because it intercut Link with his normal hair looking like from number 1 and running around and not having a jacked up arm, to his hair being all crazy, him flying through the sky, having a jacked up arm, and freezing things with his arm and not the Sheikah Slate. So it's
do you think this one's gonna have more of a progression where it's not everything's just do whatever you want all the time?
I was thinking that because of the Hyrule Castle being in the air, I have a feeling you're gonna have to do certain things to get to Hyrule Castle.
Up there.
Yeah.
It might. I don't know. I don't know if I want it to be linear. I don't want the sequel to Breath of the Wild to be linear.
I don't know how it can go back. There's no way.
I think they can do it again, but it can't be like Breath of the Wild 2. Breath of the Wild 2 has to be build upon the things from Breath of the Wild 1 and enhance them. That weird traversal thing where he literally goes through things. That's insane. That's taking original elements and turning them up to 11. Having a shield that breathes fire. That's insane.
Or reversing time. That was sick.
Yeah. That was dope. Yeah.
I saw Ganon.
Yeah, what is going on with that?
Do you think...
I think it's going to be a wizard or something. I don't think it's going to be Ganon.
Ganondorf?
Yeah, Ganondorf.
Also, Zelda is going to be predisposed again.
She fell into the pit.
Yeah, dude, she fell in the pit. She can't help.
Come on. This whole damsel in distress thing's so overplayed. Let me play as Zelda.
That's the legend, though, bro. Haven't you finished Skyward Sword?
No.
Nope.
That's the legend.
I really love that the islands are back in the sky, and I'm really excited.
They're definitely tying it into Skyward Sword, right? That's Skyrim. There's no...
I did see that.
Is it?
I think like IGN reported that they have decided the name, but they're not telling us yet because
The name of the game.
Yeah.
Breath of the Wild, Time to Breathe Again. Yeah, they didn't want to reveal any story spoilers.
Yeah.
Probably like the Rise of Ganon or something.
Yeah, it's got to be something like that. Otherwise, I feel like they'd say it. I know a lot of people were super let down that they didn't get a title, but I was like, that's what you want? Like, really? Like, that's gonna make or break it for you? Like, did you not see him shoot through like a brick wall? Like, that didn't blow your mind? You want words? I'm all set with your words, bro.
I didn't want to see that generic 2022 pop up. That's what worries me.
I think it's fine. What worried me was when Aonuma said we're aiming for a 2022 release and didn't say it's coming out in 2022 holiday or whatever. So
March 3rd, 2023.
Yeah.
I mean, it probably will come out on an anniversary of the Switch and Breath of the Wild.
I would be so fine with that. Like, we've all waited this long. Like, have you beat it on Master Mode? Like, did you try doing it without any clothes on? Like,
Yep.
my character or me?
Both.
Did Master Mode Trials, 3 Heart, straight to Ganon.
3 Heart, straight to Ganon. Literally,
I couldn't beat it 3 Heart straight to Ganon on Master Mode.
Oh,
yeah.
I was doing okay with 3 Heart. I don't know how far I got. And then I did a Tingle Suit run that I abandoned. I don't know where I got in that. That was fun. I just got annoyed that I kept having to make so much like elixirs and food and stuff to like survive in the Hebrew Mountains. I was just like, oh, come on. Can't put some down like feathers inside of the Tingle Suit for me right now. But I guess that's part of the challenge. It's a feature, not a glitch.
I mean, I hope they don't make it as linear as old Zeldas.
I don't think it'll be like linear, but I do think.
Do you think there'll be like
it's gonna be as open as the?
There'll be like a point where like you can only do like stuff on land for like the first 15 hours of the game, and then once you hit it, it like opens up more to the sky, like something will happen story-wise.
Maybe it's like things open up the more you actually progress.
Mm-hmm. And then
it's like if they have like the beginning of the game, it's just like normal Hyrule, and they like, I don't know how they're gonna introduce this story of like, oh, let's go underneath the castle. There's probably something scary under there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it'll probably be like that, where like it won't force you down like a pipeline, but the more things you accomplish, the more things you can do. So
yeah,
which is
you'll probably like you'll gain the ability to like go up to like the islands or whatever. I don't know if you like upgrade your glider or something.
That'd be interesting. Yeah, the glider had like tassels.
Yeah.
Yeah, it would be interesting. I wouldn't hate it if like I had to beat a temple to like access Skyrim or something. Like whatever. Like I'll go beat the temple.
You think we'll get, because I like on part of it, I think he was like gliding and like in the distance you could see an island. It kind of looked like there was a temple. I don't know if we'll actually get temples and not like we're not getting divine beasts, but
I think we're getting temples.
Yeah.
It was like the biggest thing that people said they didn't like, maybe right after weapon breaking. I think weapon breaking is staying, and I think we'll get temples.
You're breaking up.
Am I?
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
Do you think we just... No, we're only in an hour and a half. I thought the show was going to go for 2 hours. Easy.
Yeah, I don't know. It's like...
The stream is kind of breaking up, too.
Yeah,
is it?
Kinda...
Oh, no! Hang on.
All right. Might be back. He might be back.
Looks good to me. Every time we say that the stream is bad, we spend like 30 seconds talking about it, and then it's been fine the whole time. Oh wait, just kidding. I turned off my Wi-Fi. You're good. I don't know. I feel like I said my piece. What do you guys have to say about Breath of the Wild? I want to talk about it some more.
I feel like not everybody noticed this. It's not Breath of the Wild as related, but Zelda. Aonuma said that we have no other campaigns or games planned
for the 35th anniversary. Yeah. That the Game & Watch is like the official 35th anniversary collector's item.
And also Skyward Sword.
I don't think that I think that game was coming out regardless.
Yeah, me too.
What about I guess the Joy-Con and stuff would have come with it anyway.
Yeah. And the Amiibo.
Yeah.
We didn't get
theory. So since they introduced the Sky, and with the original Breath of the Wild, we had the Wolf Link Amiibo that
Go on.
You get a loft wing that can follow you around, or you could fly on it. Actually, I don't know.
I think you could maybe fly on it.
Yeah.
That would be really interesting. I wonder though if that would break the game.
That's why I said follow you, but
yeah.
People will be pissed.
Or maybe you get a loft wing glider.
Maybe
just change your glider,
or your glider changes to the Skyward Sword glider.
Is it just this cloth?
Yeah, it's a cloth.
It's like a napkin or like a handkerchief.
So you could still have the texture of it or whatever.
I guess
the art.
I was wondering if the Hyrule is going to be the exact same map, except for the sky area.
I think it's going to break.
Yeah.
I think the only example I can think of now that's video game related is when Cataclysm happened in World of Warcraft, and I know that's a reference that no one cares about, but when they wanted to add a bunch of regions and they basically had a dragon come out of the ground and just create an earthquake across the entire planet, and it just moved things around and broke up areas, and it just reinvented the whole landscape. And I think that's what's gonna happen.
There might be a little, since the Hyrule Castle is up in the air a little bit.
Yeah.
Maybe they'll have areas that are up in the air, and then you have to do something to bring them down.
I think the Rito Village, that tower, that's going down.
I'm gonna go back to Breath of the Wild, even though the controls are kind of weird.
You can remap them. What do you mean? What's weird about them? They're not even that bad.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know, the jump button is
on the top. It's X.
X. Yeah, it's X, which doesn't feel right.
Dude, but you play that game. First of all, you're not jumping that much. And second of all, if you've played the game for 100 hours, I would assume that you're
but I haven't played it in years, though. I haven't played it in years.
Take you 5 seconds to get used to those controls. They're fine.
I went back I don't know, a couple weeks ago, and I was throwing weapons by accident. That was control screen's kind of weird.
Yeah, sometimes you got to adjust from Fortnite to a different control scheme. Roasted. Apex?
But no, I mean all the other Nintendo games, the jump button is B. Why are you switching it up?
Is it B? Sometimes it's A.
Yeah. Like Mario's A, right?
I don't remember.
It's a different button.
A lot of games that have blasters, the jump button is A and the blaster is B. Or the blaster is Y or X and the jump button's A. All games have different controls. I just don't know that. This is the $60 argument all over again.
It's just not. It's not a normal control scheme. I'm telling you,
bro. Just remap your jump button then to something you're more comfortable with.
But can't you only remap it
No, you could save
outside of the game.
Yeah, but you save the profile and then you on.
Sounds complicated.
It's too much work.
God damn. So lazy. I hate this. Well, I'm not going to do anything to fix it, even though I could, though. Oh man.
But then the game is going to tell me to use different buttons. I'll get confused.
You're gonna watch the tutorial? What do you mean?
Oh, it'll be like press
when are there button prompts? When are there button prompts?
At the beginning of the game. That's it.
And if like pick up stuff.
Are you gonna switch your A button?
I don't know. Maybe.
What is your ideal control scheme for Breath of the Wild? This is what we need to talk about. Instead of the new game, I want to know what your ideal control scheme is. Swinging with R1 and R2?
I don't even know what does A do in that game. I don't even know. I don't even know what any of the buttons do.
A button picks up stuff.
Yeah.
What's the attack button?
Is it Y?
It's Y.
That doesn't make sense. Make the attack button A.
No way.
Isn't B run? Or is it A run?
See, you don't even know what it is.
I haven't played it in a while.
I can't remember.
2 seconds and you figure it out.
I can't remember.
One of the triggers throws weapons.
Yeah.
Yeah, if like you
one
aim.
of them blocks.
And trying to figure out how to change arrows. Whew, good luck with that.
It's like the bumpers, right?
Yeah, but you have to have like a bow
B is
out.
definitely like sprint or like run.
Dude, you literally just have to play the game for 10 minutes and it would feel normal to you. I don't understand the whole line of tangent that we're going on.
It's confusing to go back. It's confusing to go back.
It's confusing to go from game to game ever, always, forever, since the dawn of time. Every game has different controls in every other game. Every game.
Nintendo has like a very standard set of controls for most of their games, and Breath of the Wild was just different.
They just moved the jump button.
I don't know. It's confusing.
It's not like it's hard to reach. Is it hard to reach, John, to press that X button up there? Way up high on top of the Pro Controller?
It's not about
so far away.
It's you're getting your mind to think, oh, the X button is jump.
Mm-hmm. I'm not buying this at all. All right, here. This is not a subjective statement.
Go play the old Halo games. Tell me that that's easy to decipher what type of controls they are.
Okay.
Most games have standard, like most games have
like the decipher part is the first 10 minutes, and then
it's literally 10 minutes, and then you know what it is.
But then you stop playing for years, and then you go back and forget.
And then you play for 10 minutes, and you remember.
I gotta go.
Are you not gonna buy Breath of the Wild?
Wrap this up. Let's stop talking about.
No, we're gonna talk about this forever to the end of time. You're not. So basically, what I'm getting from you is that you're not gonna buy Breath of the Wild 2 because the jump button is probably gonna be X.
I'm gonna buy Breath of the Wild 2. I hope they make the control scheme.
They're not gonna change the control scheme. Are you crazy? It's gonna be exactly the same. Why would they change it?
Oh gosh,
it's perfectly fine. Dan is excited. He wrote this a while ago, but Dan is excited to have more info. I think we all are very excited to have more info. All right. Before we end the show, I want to know everybody's gut reaction. What was your absolute favorite thing? I know we've been looking forward to this for 2 years because we didn't have E3 last year. What was your favorite announcement? Not it.
Metroid Dread.
I guess I was really excited to see more Breath of the Wild 2, but if we're talking brand new things announced, probably WarioWare.
I think it's very clear that my favorite thing was Metroid 5 / Metroid Dread. But an extremely close second as far as being able to see cool gameplay was Breath of the Wild 2. And a very, very, very distant third might be Psychonauts 2 gameplay. And that's about it. I know I asked for favorites and then I listed 3 things, but I usually do something like that. That's not new. Okay, so that is going to wrap it up for our E3 show. If you guys in the chat want to shout out your favorite announcements, I might read them, or you got to be quick, though, because I'm going to get through this outro, and I might not. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Don't forget, you can watch live every Monday. We'll be back on the 28th. We're going to take next week off because there's not going to be any gaming news. I guarantee it. We're going to be back live on the 28th on Monday. You can listen to us on your audio platform of choice, or subscribe to the YouTube to watch the live show, which is where you can see a lot of my hand motions and stuff like that. Follow our Twitter and Instagram. Both are at the GamePack YT. Thanks again. Take care. We'll see you next week. And then Dan says, how can you pet the dog in Breath of the Wild 2 without complete control overhaul? I don't know. I think that is something we're going to have to cover on Monday. All right, guys.
Monday is the next week.
Yeah, Monday the 28th. All right. Thank you, guys.
Fix Breath of the Wild's control scheme. That's going to be our next video.
Yeah, we could just do that for an hour. Cool. Thank you guys so much for watching. Again, I really appreciate you. Thank you, Dan. Thank you, Diego. Thank you, Shadow King, PokeFan, and everybody else who tuned in and lurched and all that fun stuff. We're going to go. Thank you so much. See you next time. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.